Yo, bro, I could call my boys in here to listen to this shit real quick. He said, yeah, go get them. You know, T.I. boys getting mad high. He's like, yeah, go get them. They listening to this shit. Niggas start texting in the group chat. They say, yo, he talking about you. I said, I don't know.
Was that like the biggest artist you say you worked with?
I don't even say I worked with him. I don't tell people I worked with Kanye. I just tell people I met him.
So who would you say the biggest artist is that you worked with?
That I've worked with? I mean, Busta, as far as, you know, legendary status and accolades. Ain't too many people in rap history you can say, you know what I mean? But Gucci is up there.
You worked with him in the studio?
I wasn't with him personally in the studio. I worked on a song with him. We met once. I have a song with Akon and I never met Akon before. That's what I mean.
I feel like when you in that space though, it's a different
kind
of experience.
Nah, hell yeah. So I mean, the biggest artist that I've ever been in the studio with, Kanye.
The second
that I've ever been in the studio with, Busta.
And the third?
Artist. T.I.
T.I. was cool.
T.I. was cool. He think I dissed him. I think he thinks I dissed him, right? And I understand why he would have, right? Like I said, like he wouldn't even remember this right now. But in that moment, I have such weird stories, bro. Like I had said some shit. We had just gotten to Atlanta, whatever. And I'm even break it down to you how it happened, right? I had came up with a verse, and then I said, "You the man." I said some shit like, "You the man." Yeah, who would figure that, right? But I'm like, damn, let me change that because my boy just dropped a song called "I'm the Man," right? One of our right hand mans just dropped a song. Nino, you know Nino, just dropped a song called "I'm the Man." So I'm like, let me change that because I said, yo. You the man, yeah, who would figure that? I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna.
That might not sit right.
I don't want to sound like I'm shading my mans, because that's just how I rap. So I said, you the king. Let me say, yo, yeah, you the king, yeah, who would figure that? You feel me? So, but then that's how, because I call myself the king every time when I rap. It's like an African reference. So I said that shit in a song that T.I. was supposed to get on. Not clicking that he calls himself the king of the South. Word to my mother, if I'm dying, if I'm lying, I'm dying. It did not even occur to me. You feel me? I would never. So when we left, my boys is like. So anyway, let me tell you the full story. So we in the studio. He's listening to the song. He hears that part. He's like, my man is watching him the whole time. He said, as soon as that part came on, he was like. Then the nigga got up. He made a phone call. Came back in. He was supposed to get on that song with me. He got up. He made a phone call. He's like, all right. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna get you to do a song with one of my other artists. That's how I ended up on a song with Tokyo Jets. And I think he told Tokyo like, yo, kill him. Kill this nigga on. I think that's how it played out because I was playing the whole thing. I was playing out the whole scenario in my head. I think he told Tokyo Jets, yo, kill that nigga. Because she came hard on the record. I mean, the record is hard. We both like vibed in the studio when we was making the song because we made it from scratch. But I wasn't getting on the record like that to kill nobody. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I think that's the vibe he got. Like, I was trying to disrespect because I made that reference. And then I also made a reference. I said something like, I made a reference to the word grand, the word hustle, and the word tip. But you know, I'm just a punchline nigga. I can't remember what I said. I've just remembered the wordplay. I said something about giving somebody a tip on how to make a grand hustling or something like that. You know what I mean? And I think, but how the whole grand scheme playing out sounded like I was trying to comfort a nigga. So then, kind of like 2 days after that, I was shooting a video with Malaya, right? Because around that time, my manager was managing Malaya at the time. So I'm shooting a video with Malaya, and Tip is there at that session. We all macking. After she leaves, we macking. Me and my boys is playing 2K in the lobby, and Tip comes out. He's like, yo. He's like, oh, I was just looking for you. He's like, yo, come check some shit out real quick. I'm like, I bet. He calls me to the A room. I go to the A room. He's like, yeah, I just recorded some shit. I want you to know I want you to hear it. Play some shit. Sound like he was sending hella shots at me. Word to my mother, bro. I'm listening to this shit. I'm like, ooh, he talking about some shit like, man, I'm worth this amount of mail. What the fuck make you think I'm worried about you? Nigga looking at me while he playing it. And I'm laughing, bro. And I'm like, I'm trying to make sure I'm not tripping. I'm like, yo, this shit is hard. You feel me? I was being real, like, yo. And that's an exciting experience, you feel me? And the fact that he wasn't a weirdo, even if I was dissing him, he wasn't a weirdo about it. Cause if I was dissing him, I guess he was assuming it would have been from a playful aspect, but I wasn't. Like I said, I put that on my mother. If I'm lying, I'm dying. I had no intentions of even coming off like I'm trying to diss him. But he was going crazy on the record, right? So he's playing this shit. I'm like, yo, bro, I could call my boys in here to listen to this shit real quick. He said, yeah, go get him. You know, T.I. boys getting mad high. He's like, yeah, go get him. They listening to this shit. Niggas start texting in the group chat. He said, yo, he talking about you. I said, I don't know. He said, yo, this nigga. He said, yo, you got T.I. to diss you. That's crazy. I'm like, so we all, bro, after that, we start talking about basketball. There was no weird vibes in there. But I wish I could tell a nigga like, yo, bro, if you think I was dissing you on that song, I was not. Cause I mean, I saw that nigga like 3-4 shows after that. It was love all the time. I was cool with I don't know if that's still his artist, Bryce. You know what I mean? We used to link up with the nigga. He had a crib in Bowman. We used to link up with the nigga in Bowman. All types of shit. So we'll meet him at shows like, yo, where Bryce at? Where Tokyo at? You know what I'm saying? So.
You said T.I. had a crib in Bowman?
No. Oh. His artist. One of his artists I don't know if that's still his artist, but his artist at the time, Bryce. That was the homie, you know what I mean? He had a crib. So, you know what I'm saying? So we would see that nigga all the time. Like, yo, where Bryce? And it was always love. So it was never like a weird thing. But it's always sat in the back of my mind, like, yo, does this nigga think I was trying? Because even on the ride home, these niggas was like on the ride back to the hotel from the studio, because we was in Atlanta. Nino and Zach, Keys, all them making jokes like, yo, bro, T.I. fucking hates you, bro. He said, yo, T.I. fucking hates you, bro. That nigga thinks you dissed him, bro. Why you dissing T.I.? Why you trying to diss him? He about to smoke you. I'm like, yo, and it's funny because they know I would never do that. Loving this shit, bro. I was loving this shit. Because even like I said, bro, niggas engineers always fuck with me. I think I told Zach this shit the other day. When I was playing this shit for T.I. and niggas thought I was dissing him, his engineer was like this. I swear to God, that was his face because I looked at the nigga. T.I. was standing behind me. So when niggas told me how he was responding when he heard like the King line, I'm like, he didn't do that. You know, Nino, yes, he did. Yes, he did. Then he got up and walked out. And then he started pacing. Right? So I'm like, Nino dragging. All I could see was the engineer. I seen the engineer listening to this shit. Every bar he heard, he go. Right? So the nigga was fucking with me. I saw him 2 more times after that. Dapped me up, all that shit. So it was just him and T.I. in the A room. The nigga called me over. I'm like, why the fuck this nigga want my opinion? You know what I mean? You've made millions of hits without asking my opinion. Nigga say, yo, come listen to this shit. Listen to this shit. I'm like, you feel me? I heard shots. You feel me? And it's not even like, because he never dropped the song. So I think he had free time in the studio. He said, hold on, let me get this little nigga. Yeah. I think that's like, he never dropped the song, bro. That nigga was cool. Every other time niggas bumped into him, he was cool. You know what I'm saying? Yo, where's Amina? Where Amina at? You know what I mean? He was never no weirdo. We was actually supposed to do a song together, but then I fell asleep and somebody else was to blame as to why he didn't do the verse. He was knocking on the studio door and niggas didn't open it because they was playing the music too loud. I was asleep in the lobby. I had already laid down my part. And when I spoke to him earlier today, he's like, I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna lay my verse down. I already got my verse, blah, blah, blah. I bet.
This is T.I. again.
This is T.I. I was in the lobby of the studio. We was at Billboard Studios. It was me and Aisha. Aisha was sitting on this couch. I was laying down right here. I remember he came out. So he came out. He was like, yo, where? He said, where you laid it down? I'm like, yeah, in the B room. He's like, all right, man, I'm going to go over there real quick. I'm like, all right, man, I'm about to get up. I was like, damn, they're knocking, but I thought he was just going to walk in the booth, you know what I'm saying? Nigga came back. He said, yo, they ain't opening the door. I'm like, what? So I get up. I'm like, hold on. Let me go get. He's like, yo, I got to go. He was there for a minute knocking on the door, bro. He was probably there for like 40 seconds. I thought he was recording this whole time. 40 seconds is a long time for somebody to be knocking at the door. So I get why he said, nah, I gotta go. I'm not walking back with you to tell these niggas to open the door. Because if they ain't answer when I was knocking, you know what I mean? He says, I'm like, fuck. So I go back over. I'm like, yo, what happened? Nigga said, what you mean? I'm like, T.I. was just here. He was trying to record. Nigga said, oh, I ain't gonna say no names about who was in that room.
Say it.
But I blame all of them why I don't got a T.I.
Say it. Put them on blast.
I blame all of them why I don't got a T.I.
You still with Amina?
Yeah. I'm still with Amina. That's my sis. But yeah, they was all in that room. She was in that room. You feel me? She was in that room. She was in that room. Yeah, I'm like, yo, what happened? T.I. was knocking on the door. They said, oh, we ain't him. Never got the T.I. verse. And it was a hard record. It was a hard record, bro. Because the song that he was supposed to get on, he had already heard before.
Oh, okay.
I played it for him. It was a completely different song. I'm like, yo, what's up? You think you can vibe out with
This
this?
is after the first time.
This after, way after the first time, bro. Way after the first time. Like I said, bro, yeah, niggas was vibing. We bumped into him a few times. He was working on a project. He was always at Billboard Studios. And I was always at Billboard. So we bumped into him a bunch of times. First I met a bunch of motherfuckers from Grand Hustle, you know what I mean? Hustle Gang in that studio. You know what I mean? So he was always there, bro. So this was way after that. It was a whole nother record. And he was like, oh yeah, I don't fuck with that shit. Bro, as soon as he was about to lay that shit down, bro, niggas, I was like, oh my God, bro. I was mad, bro. Never got the niggas. He was like, no, you know, just send it to me. And I never got that shit. And I think at some point he did record it and then just didn't send it. Either that's what happened or somebody was capping.